Hello, Spartan Willie here, and welcome back to our McLaren Motorsport Manager F1 2021 Manager Mod save. Hope you're all doing fantastic today. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a rainy Monaco. That's right, a rainy Monaco or Cape Town, depends what you want to call it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Hopefully we get a good result, survive the rain. It looks like it's going to rain in all three sessions, which is a bit mad. So yeah, I don't know, no idea how this weekend's going to go, but let's waste no time and get straight into our comments. So I've just sort of decided to include all the comments from the last episode from whenever I record the next, so like probably 24 hours most times. So first up we got Ethan, who says, "Hi, thanks for seeing my comments. Sorry for the offensive name, I had to dare to do that." No worries, sorry, like I said, I replied all my comments, but sorry I missed it the first time, and no worries about the offensive name, just a little blur, fix that up. But on to Nightbot. So what a race from Lando, really liking this series so far, which is awesome. Seems to be the consensus that this series is going down well, so thanks so much for the support, and yeah, good to see Lando having a good race. Cheers, Nightbot. Nin Minko says, "What a race from Lando, doing it for the UK. Proud UK viewer." Awesome to see from Lando as well. And then Nin Minko says, "Hope McLaren did well after a disappointing Hungarian Grand Prix yesterday." Yeah, the Grand Prix yesterday, what a race it was. I still can't believe the scenes. You know, Bottas taking out most of the front runners in the first corner, and then Lewis Hamilton starting the race by himself on the grid. Like, there's some iconic scenes we've been seeing for years. But unfortunately, McLaren were one of the teams that got the bad end, unlike Alpine. So it was awesome to see Esteban Ocon and Alonso fighting at the front of the grid. Shame about Vettel's disqualification with the fuel as well, but what do you do? What a fight back from Lewis again. Unlucky for Max, lost half his downforce, but yeah, they're just sort of some passing thoughts on that Grand Prix. But yeah, what a race it was. And then we have a Swaggy Black 6-pack. It says, "Solid result from Lando. I hope he will get a win later in the season. I know it." I hope you're right. I hope you're correct on that one. But with that being said, thank you all so much for your comments. Let's jump straight into this episode. So a new engine won't be done in time for Monaco, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter considering Monaco isn't exactly an engine heavy track, we'll call it. There's not much real overtaking done at Monaco, but the Cape Town GP in this game is a bit different to Monaco anyway. But we're going to be able to finish improving all the performance on these parts, which means all we can do is work on reliability. I'm not usually in this situation where I got nothing to improve. But Ricardo says, "Would you rather me be a qualifying expert or a racer?" That is a good question. Let's go. I think you're already decent at qualifying. Let's go racer. I mean, I think your stats are already pretty good, and we got another interview here, so quite a little busy period here. There's recently been a lot of talk about changing Hong Kong's layout. I don't really know. Where do we race at Hong Kong? I'm going to abstain anyway, but okay, fair enough. Stop that, and now we can work on reliability for something. What should we do? Let's just work on the two engine reliabilities. Everything else is looking pretty... here is the vote. Replacing Yasparina track A with B. I mean, it's not Hong Kong, but I'll take your word for it. We'll struggle on track B, will we? Look, this track is usually long. I'm just going to abstain. I don't really mind. How cute's my hat, by the way? I forgot I had a little hat on. Let's conclude the vote here, and approved. Okay, so it's going to be a bit different for next season that we probably won't even play, but, you know, it's good nonetheless. And that is it. So we've officially played through the Monaco Prep. It was quite a busy prep, so I'm going to go ahead, do a rainy practice, a rainy Q1, and rainy Q2. Hopefully I do well, and we'll have a Q3 to go to, and there won't be any of the top dogs in there, so we can sneak a cheeky front row lockout. Slightly optimistic, but welcome to Q3 here at Monaco, and I've got some exciting news to report. George Russell is in Q3. We've lost Bottas, both Ferraris, and one of the Red Bulls, Perez. So quite a madness it's been so far in Monaco. Practice was largely rain unaffected, which is, it was different to what the forecast was saying. I pretty much just started monsoon weather at the end of practice, and I shouldn't have sent my guys out, I don't think. Maybe we'll call them back in, because we got to get this dry right, and then we could actually get a front row lockout if we can get this timing correctly here, and bring them back in. So if we've got 6 minutes, we want to be making a lap. It's a short lap round here, so we want to send them out at about 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 we're going to send them out. So we're going to go forward here. Shh, boys, don't worry. Trust the process. Spartan Willie's got you. And we send them out now on the super softs. Come on, lads. One massive lap is all you need. And super softs. Anyone else? No, everyone else coming in now, so we've sort of perfectly timed it. Yes, look at that, purple sectors. Oh no, someone else is on laps. The Alpines, surely be the Alpines on pace though. Alright, Norris is on pole, Ricciardo's second, the rain's coming out, we're on front row lockout. I just said it as a joke and we got the front row lockout. And Hamilton's in 7th, Verstappen, oh no, hang on. Oh, I panicked for a second there because I thought I missed it, but there we go, we're on pole. Norris is like, what? Pole? Where did that come from? But happy surprise, I'm sure of it. The Alpines, who performed well in the Hungaroring in real life, are up there as well in 3rd and 4th, but Max Verstappen down in 5th, Hamilton down in 7th. Could this be a bit of foreshadowing here? Lando Norris could actually win a race. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. I don't know if he'll win the race. If he gets a good start, anything can happen. But Monaco in the sun to start. So lucky I qualified on... Okay, didn't matter. Because I actually did try and qualify on soft tyres. But of course, if other people can't start on the tyre that they qualified in Q2 on, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, soft tyres, race trim. We're going to change the setup here. This is the sort of the best I could... No, it's not. I lied. It's not the best I could do. I thought I did a bit better with one of them. And then we're going to go on soft tyres. When's the rain hitting? Oh, way into the race. That's fine. We'll 2-stop before then anyway. And then setup. There it is. So I didn't even have the best setups for their pole laps, but that's fine. We got there. And Norris, yep. I'm not even going to bother tweaking with Ricciardo's downforce. He'll be right. Overtake, attack, start race. Come on, lads. Let's hope for a good race here. Smash the Alpines off the line. Alright, on board Norris. Let's get a bit of a different view. Oh, Ricciardo got a better start, and so did Alonso. Ricciardo's going to take the lead of this Grand Prix. And there's George Russell there as well. He's still up there. Great to see him get a good launch. And then Ricciardo's dropped off all of a sudden, and now Lando's retaking control. I was going to let it past anyway because he has the better engine. And that's why he got pole, I believe. So Lando looking decently. We've got a Merc back there though. We've got to really watch out for him as we go around the roundabout. By the way, how good is this track look? It's such a good track. I say it every time I do a series here, but it's bloody beautiful. And now we're going to go forward a little bit here on 12 times. And Lando's just going to smash it away. Chuck on that. Chuck on that. Alright, now Lando has got 3 seconds to Hamilton. Hamilton got up the grid very quickly, which is not ideal, but he is on the super stuff, so hopefully he messes up his strategy big time. We're just going to sort of coast along on this tyre. We don't really know, so sort of still feeling out what we can do on this tyre. I don't think we'll be able to go to the wet period. So I reckon we just, just chill along with the tyre right now. And then we can pit as we go later. But it looks like Lando is going to be caught by Hamilton, but he's probably pushing pretty hard. No, he's not. He's doing the exact same strategy as us, but that's fine. Play it by ear. Play it by ear here. Smash through this race. It's a very quick race because of the short lap. Well, it's a short lap, so the laps are obviously corresponding to the length of the lap. I said lap way too many times. If you followed that, good on you. But tyre temps are low. Let's push a little bit. We can push in these tyres. That's the thing, because we are pitting again before the wet period anyway. And I'm going to give Lando a bit of fuel to push with. And come on, Ricciardo, you've fallen away since the first sort of races. Go back on neutral. And Hamilton behind us has pit, which is going to force us. How long has he been on that tyre? One lap. So we got... Oh, we didn't really make the first stint last that long, did we? Alright, well, we're going to go easier on this tyre. Will it make it last? Oh, not really. It could be a 2-stop, but... Do I jump on the mediums? I'm tempted. How much slower? No, we got the soft boost time. We'll pit twice under the safety car. It really does. Under the safety car. In the dry period, it really doesn't matter. And we'll just look after this tyre and see what happens anyway. Lando's going to come out in P1 after a mistake on the tyres. He won't come out in P1. He'll come out in P2, and that is the second race in recent races where we've had a mistake lose us the lead to Hamilton. What a joke. Anyway, whatever. Safe doesn't even work. I'm a little bit annoyed by that, but what do? We move on. Ricciardo is also struggling behind the flippin' Alpines, and this is just a nightmare from start to finish, really. For Daniel Ricciardo, Lando hopefully can stay with Hamilton's pit window, but he's falling back rapidly. But I don't want to push in these tyres because we want to sort of try and... Well, we're not going to be able to make it the end of the wet dry period on that tyre, that's for damn sure. So we might as well push on it. Oh, and we should probably put Ricardo. I've completely forgot. I've been so preoccupied with Lando. And now we're in the situation where Ricardo can make the wet period, so his race is going to be brought back alive by me forgetting about his pit stop, which is good for him, I suppose. He's well way down, however, so we'll see what happens there. But Lando is on for a P2 at the moment. Anything can happen, but he's looking decently, and he's pushing these tyres a bit too hard, I think. And we're going to get them back within temperature before it does too much damage. And we're not going to even push with Daniel Ricciardo. Let him push the fuel. And with 37 laps to go in this race, Lando's taking the lead, but Hamilton's right behind. Look, I think Hamilton's just going to win this race. There's not really much we can do about it. Do we try and make these tyres last to the wet period? Maybe. It's a bit of a risk, but I think we can do it. Oh, no. It's not really worth it, is it? I just don't know. No, we'll lose more time than the pit stop's even worth. We'll lose the lead to Hamilton for sure, and then we'll decrease our gap to Alonso. So I reckon we just pit onto another set of softs. Damn it. If I just time that slightly better, we can push a bit with Ricciardo now. I think he'll definitely make it to the wet period. I'm a bit disappointed in myself I didn't time that better. Oh well. Sorry Lando, but we just didn't have the perfect strategy to beat Hamilton, which would have been a challenge anyway, mind you. Hamilton is an absolute weapon in this game. As the rain begins to fall, just smash these tyres out. Absolutely belt those tyres, Lando. There's no point keeping them. Keep smashing those tyres into the ground. And hang on, now they want to come into a pit. Alright. No more mistakes on the pit stops. Please, I beg you, pit crew. Usually you do so well, but you've let us down a bit recently. Alright, let's ride on board Lando and have a quick keys at his pit stop. We're going to go push instead. And here he comes, Lando Norris. Good pit crew, yes, lovely, love your work. And now, make it as much time as humanly possible in Hamilton. How long are these tyres going to last, by the way? 34 laps, okay, so we can't push it too hard because there is still 20 laps to go. And Daniel Ricciardo's coming into the pits. And by the time I get there, it's done, which is a positive sign for sure. And as you can see there, like I said, we've revived his race somewhat with that strategy. Alonso behind him, but he still's got a pit on the inters. And we've got a 25-second gap to Hamilton, which is not ideal, but we're going to start pushing on these inters for a little bit and zoom through this race. Hamilton's going to pit and come out 12 seconds ahead of us, but where does that put us on the team? It puts us second for the weekend for the first time. So if we can hold on to this result, it's not too bad. But we do have Perez coming up behind Ricciardo. Ricciardo's not going to get a podium today, but Lando is looking good for one. But we'll monitor that gap to Charles Leclerc with that Ferrari on the rise with its engine, presumably. And as Leclerc on, he's one stop this race. So fair play to Leclerc. Of course, Ferrari went out in Q2. So he executed the perfect medium to into strategy that, you know, I looked at doing, but I didn't think it was that good, and maybe it is good. So he has been on the inters for quite a while though, so maybe he had to force it on driving in dry conditions on intermediates, which seems a bit bizarre, but you know, whatever, get the strategy to work. And we're just going to go through this race. We got Perez closing that gap to Ricciardo, monitoring that gap between Lando and Leclerc, and I think Lando will stay in front. And we're churning through those tyres, so cool down ASAP. Using too much fuel with Ricciardo. Lando's going to use a bit more fuel. Just wait for a bit for that to go down and back on neutral. It's on 60%, 10 laps to go, that's fine. Just doing some quick calculations. And right now, we're in a good spot. I think we'll take 28 points. It's just a shame. Mercedes is so darn good. Hopefully Red Bull sort of take over a bit more in the second half of the season, because it's better when they're taking points off each other, not just us trying to battle the massive team that is Mercedes. But second and fifth, you definitely can't argue with that. That it makes it, I think, 4 podiums in a row. So 2 for Ricciardo, 2 for Lando. And yeah, all to play for between our teams. Hopefully Ricciardo has that new engine as well coming up. Or Lando, we'll decide who we give it to. But yeah, we've got another engine coming up which will make it 2 of the best engines on grid, hopefully, which we should see a massive boost in our results. It's Leclerc in front of us, pits on the softs. What? Why? What? Okay. And Ricciardo could make a little bit of... What on earth was he thinking? Charles Leclerc has had a massive brain fade, or his team has, or something, and now he's under pressure from a lapped Williams. It's pretty funny. And everyone's going into the super... What? Oh, it's because maybe the Inters are dead? Okay, hang on. Hold the phone. Hopefully Hamilton runs out of fuel with, like, half the lap to go. That would be ideal, and we can just close 26 seconds. And Ricciardo's overtaken. No? Okay. Come on. He's on slicks when it's like the track's soaked. Oh no, but now Perez is coming up behind, and Ricciardo will get through. And now go, 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 go. Get away from Perez, please. No, Perez is right there. So we're going to get fourth, but could lose it to the car behind, which is just an absolute stitch-up. We're going to zoom ahead a little bit. Come on, final lap, final lap. Is it actually the final lap? I feel like it isn't the final lap, but anyway. And there's no point pushing Norris. He's home and dry, sort of. And now Ricciardo, watching on board with him. It's not the final lap. It's not the final lap. He's still got to go one more lap. And here he goes. Come on. Oh, Lewis Hamilton's out of fuel. It doesn't mean anything. Where did Perez come from? We lost too much time trying to overtake Russell and Leclerc. That's frustrating. Oh, mate. Oh, well. 7th and 5th. We're happy with that. But now I think... Oh, no. We're still beat Red Bull by 1 point this weekend. Oh, that's frustrating. Like, Perez with an awesome fight back. I don't know what Leclerc was thinking. He had a brain fade there in the softs, but... Yeah, we can't take away from that result. That last sort of couple laps can't take away from a 2nd and a 5th. An awesome front row lockout as well in qualifying. This weekend had it all. I knew rain at Monaco was going to be interesting, and it sure was. But yeah, Nikita Mazepin behind at the bottom of the grid with Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. So scrutineering. Who got Max Verstappen got fastest lap as well. So look at that. Lando up with the big boys yet again. Awesome to see. We're going to go back for the confetti. Another silver trophy, hopefully be a gold one. There's almost a bit of foreshadowing with a win, but we couldn't quite pull it off today. Hamilton is just on another level. Alright, so a bit of race reaction here with YouTube. Valtteri Bottas. No, Valtteri Bottas will not be coming to McLaren, unfortunately for him. Obviously, McLaren are the best team on grid. You know, it would be an honour for him to drive for us, but yeah, Bottas has been nowhere this season. To be honest, he's got 40 points. Both our drivers doing better than Valtteri Bottas in a Merc, which is... You know, I think that's all that needs to be said, really, with our 3rd best car grid. Still top speed. And, oh no, we won't have the new engine right back here. Oh, that's frustrating. Those back-to-back weekends. Who does back-to-back weekends? I love it as a fan, but in Motorsport Manager, it really bites me in the backside, to be honest. But, anyway, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. It really helps the video out. And consider subscribing if you're not already, but I'm sure you already are. Road to 1,000 by the end of the year is on. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.